Hello and welcome to the Agent Survival Guide podcast. I'm your host, Tina Lamoureux. This is our series, Agent Apps. This series introduces you to apps that will make daily life and your business run smoother. From fitness, travel, to personal planners, and more, we've tested them all. This week we have language learning apps. In the United States, the majority of its inhabitants speak English, but that does not mean it's everyone's first or even preferred language. As I'm sure you've guessed, Spanish is the second most spoken language in the US. Next are Cantonese and Mandarin. Tagalog, which originates from the Philippines, then Vietnamese, and finally French and French Creole. While the exact number of people in the US who use American Sign Language, or ASL for short, is unknown, I would like to include it for accessibility and bring it to more people's radars. You don't have to be fluent or have the most amazing pronunciation to say hello, how are you, or chat in small talk with another person. It's a common misconception that you will seem rude if you try having a conversation with someone in their native language. Always remember to be respectful, and maybe even ask if you can try speaking their preferred language. I don't recommend doing an entire insurance sale in a language you're not fluent in. But, like I said, small talk might go a long way in building rapport with clients and showing them that you are invested in people, and not just a sale. Knowing a few phrases or words can also help you with pronouncing a client or colleague's name. My last name is French. I can't tell you how many times my last name is butchered on a weekly basis. Lamoureux, Lamourax, Lamoureux, and sometimes people don't even bother saying it out loud. I appreciate when others ask how to pronounce my last name. It shows they want to be respectful and take the time to say it correctly. This episode took longer to create because there are so many language apps out there. I tried Duolingo before. I found it to be extremely repetitive and never felt like I was making any progress. In high school, I used Rosetta Stone, and while it had a lot of updates since my high school days, I'm not a fan of the baby learning style. So I sought after wallet-friendly apps. The first app is Memrise Easy Language Learning. This has a large selection of languages. It features reminders, lessons to benefit every learning style, video, reading, writing, and speaking. It gives the translation and the literal translation. Like, what's your name in French is literally translated to how you yourself call, which I found to be helpful to see how the language works. Memrise focuses on language immersion with everyday conversations and videos of native speakers. It starts off with simple phrases like, I'm sorry, yes, how are you? For some languages, the gender of the speaker or the recipient matters, and the app shows you those differences for certain words and phrases. You can skip words and phrases that you already know. I had a little snag with spelling when they wanted a space between the word and the exclamation point in my French lesson. But I figured out quickly they want you to write it out exactly how they do. There is a paid version, but unlike many of the paid apps, the free version offers a lot of content for free. I tried French, which I'm already familiar with, and I tried a lesson in Korean. I plan on keeping this app as part of my daily routine. It is available for iOS and Android. Next up is an app to learn American Sign Language called Intersign ASL. This has a similar feel to language apps like Duolingo. It is free. Yes, there are some ads between lessons, but it's not too invasive or in your face. Many of the best reviewed ASL apps have a high paywall, and for a casual learner like myself, I don't want to pay for another monthly subscription. After the first lesson, I was able to read the instructor fingerspell simple words like dad, ball, and book. And I'm sure you will learn those specific signs in a later lesson. Knowing the ASL alphabet can come in handy. What language apps have you tried in the past? Was your favorite one not mentioned? The Agent App series is always looking for new and helpful apps. Share what some of your favorites are by commenting below or emailing us at asgpodcast@ritteriam.com. Thank you for watching. The links to check out both apps are listed in the description. We'll see you next episode. The Agent Survival Guide podcast is a production of Ritter Insurance Marketing. This episode was written and produced by me, Tina Lamoureux, with script editing by Sarah Ruppel and artwork by Vivian Zhao.